Wow, look how tiny.
I'm showing you this because although the hair type may vary, you are essentially doing this. Same concept.
Hi guys, today I want to talk about protective styles because I think protective styles is one of the things that confuses most people, where I said that twists are not protective styles, and for whatever reason everybody got their boxers all up in a bunch.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
And for whatever reason in 2024 women don't want to live in reality. And another question that I got was like, okay, well, I don't do twists, but I do braids. What if I do individual plaits with my real hair? Is that a protective style? I love y'all. No, it is not. Let's look up the word protective. Look at this, is the word protective, and this is the definition. For your hair to be in a protective style, there needs to be something protecting your hair. So if your hair is in twists, if your natural hair is in twists, there's nothing protecting your hair. Your hair is just in twists. There's nothing wrapped around your hair. There's nothing protecting your ends. Your ends are free to do whatever they want. Your scalp is free. There is nothing that makes it a protective style. Just because you want to add that title to it doesn't make it one, right? And the same thing with a bunch of little individual plaits with your real hair. That is not a protective style. It is a little better than twisting your hair because the chances of the braids locking up at the rate that the twist will is really, really minute because the braid is stretched more. I think it's common sense that a braid has way more tension and way more stretch than a twist does, right? But I also need you to understand there's nothing, even with that braid with your natural hair, there's nothing protecting your ends. There's nothing protecting your ends or your scalp. Then I also had a lot of people like, oh, well, men do it or men do it. Well, men who actually take care of their hair, they won't leave their braids in longer than a certain amount of time. Moreover, most men aren't trying to wear silk presses, so even if their ends are damaged, they go ahead and get rid of them, or they never, even though their hair is long, all they ever do is blow it out before it gets braided, so they don't really know the health or the length of their hair. I don't care whether or not you're male or female. Long hair does not equal healthy hair. It just doesn't, right? So when we're talking about a protective style, before I keep talking, I want you guys to look at this video. This video is from a wonderful, wonderful tribe that I know you guys have heard of so many times. I just don't want to say it. I want you to see the name of them themselves. And right now, what they are going to show you is the difference between, they do their own hair, right? They do their own twist and their own locks, right? They do temporary locks or temporary twists. And then they do twist that turns into locks.
But I want to take it back to the motherland because I want to make sure that this point is heard. This is serious, y'all. So not very long ago, I had the privilege of visiting Tanzania and the Maasai, who are known for their beautiful garb, beautiful hairstyles, beautiful tradition and culture, just beautiful people. My goodness. But their hair signifies status, different feats, different accomplishments within their life. And so there's intricate hairstyles. But now let's look at a Maasai hairstyle and show you these small twists. And I'm showing you this because although the hair type may vary, you are essentially doing this. Same concept. When you are adding 2-strand twister braids to someone's hair. But look at the beautiful, you're actually getting some inside look on how they do the beautiful mini Maasai twist. And how does that last for 2 months also?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Hii hata miezi mitatu.
So this can stay maybe for 3 months.
3 months.
Masi?
Isi ni kama uzi.
Okay.
Wow. It's smaller than mine. Like
I
mine.
mean, more than you.
Yes.
Okay. Tusiendelee ili tunafumua.
So
That we have.
yeah, so
the small
they
locks.
say that's what they have. I mean, the hair that make is different with yours.
Yes.
Yours is natural, but the one that they make it is artificial. Like they buy it like a week.
Her too, 2 days. I can show him. I could show you. Yeah, she had it loosened and we.
Yani kutengeneza dread.
Yes, the dread. This same
Ni
thing.
ndogo, kwa hiyo inaweza ikawa lakini sisi hatuwezi.
So you do not keep.
Now, I want you to watch this again with me. Firstly, I want you to see that her hair is not air dried. Look at the texture of her hair as it's getting braided. Her hair is not air dried. My love, they have blow dryers in Africa. They are not using $500 blow dryers in Africa. Just a regular blow dryer, right? I also want you to notice the lack of products on his hands. You don't see a bunch of gel. You don't see a bunch of grease. You don't see edge control. You actually don't see any product whatsoever on his hands. You see him doing a combination of twisting with the balls of his finger, creating tension, and like manually twisting. And then in a second, he's going to roll the twist on his knees. So the way that you guys are like, oh, twists are protective styles, even in Africa, in the motherland where you guys think that you're getting these techniques from, they do not have all of the products that you use, and they just told you that what they're doing right now is not left in longer than 3 months or the hair is going to mat. They do not believe that regular 2-strand twists are protective styles. So once again, you guys believe whatever it is that you want to believe, but in the motherland, they believe the same thing that I believe. All right, let's keep talking, and I hope this video makes sense. Look again, look at her hair. That's not air dried hair, baby. They use blow dryers in Africa too. As you've just seen, you've also noticed that they did not use a whole bunch of oils and butters and grease. You actually didn't really see any products on his hands, but as you can see, her twist came out freaking amazing. And this is what is constructed as a protective style. If you are a man, no, you don't have to get long braids. You can get extension hair. Let's say your hair, when it's braided, if it hits right here, let's say it's like 8 inches long, okay, get braiding hair that matches your texture at that length, and then actually let it protect your hair. Unless you are adding something that wraps around your hair, protecting it from UV radiation, like actually wrapped around your hair, protecting it is not a protective style. It's really not. Crochet braids are nice, but honestly I don't recommend them long term, because even though your hair shaft is protected, your scalp isn't, because the fabric that the crochet hook, the crochet is made of, it rubs against your scalp. So yeah, your hair is cute, and when you do your hair, especially when it's longer or when you have extensions or whatever, you start to do your hair like it's really your hair. So you constantly putting it up in ponytails, you constantly like moving it around and doing all of these things that cause so much tension. After a while, you end up rubbing on the scalp, and over time it ends up thinning out. That's why even though crochet braids are cool, over time it ends up being a style that's rather damaging as it pertains to the follicle. Most women who wear crochet braids for years and years and years and years on end, at the end of the day they all end up with CCCA. A lot of women who have CCCA, if they go back within their hair diaries and the things that they used to do, they are also going to add crochets and things of that nature to the storybook. So one question, like I said, that I get asked, a lot of men are like, oh Sam, like what what styles can men do, because we ain't trying to walk around with roller sets and perm sets. I get it, bro, you don't have to. But the reason that I always skip over it is not skip over it is because there's no difference between a man's head and a woman's head. Like a man and a woman, we both have follicles, we both have sebaceous glands and sweat glands. The difference is going to be the release in testosterone. So the difference will be like the difference between the estrogen and the testosterone and all of that. Those things will be different, but for the most part things are the same. So for a man, right, when it comes to how you should wear your hair, at the end of the day, all your hair is really supposed to do is be clean and on top of your head, right? So as a man, what you would do is blow. All you're doing is the same thing that my female clients are doing. When I was in cosmetology school, that was the last time I took men as clients, because they used to be looking at my titties when I was in school. A man gets his hair shampooed and conditioned the same way that women do. Then I use the same leave-in conditioner on their hair, and then I blow dry their hair, and then they get a trim, and then I would either braid it up, or you can do twists. It's the same thing. So for a man, let's say you like to do mini twists as a man. Gee Lord, everybody get out of your freaking feelings. I'm not saying don't you ever put another twist in your hair. I'm saying you twisting your real hair is not a protective style. That's how you lock your hair. If you just love the way your hair looks and twists, it's not my thing. Or if you a man, obviously that's not my thing, because I'm not no handsome boy. But like, if you want to put your hair in braids or twists, don't do that with your natural hair. You can get some Marley hair, or I don't know, like any type of extension hair that you want to use, and it could be the same length as your hair. Most likely you not braiding your hair yourself, bro. So you can just ask whoever is braiding your hair, oh, do you know how to like add Marley hair, or do you know how to add like extension hair or whatever? And if they say yeah, you don't have to get it longer. You can have it the exact length that your hair is. And when it's coming to a protective style, I want you to think about it. If I need to protect your ends, and let's say your hair 8 inches long, I'm just throwing a number out there. Let's say your hair is 8 inches long. So I'm gonna go get a 10-inch bundle of braiding hair. Why? Because I want to protect your hair shaft. So obviously I'm not attaching the braiding hair directly, like putting it in your scalp, but from all the way down, and then I need to go at least like an inch past your hair. When I go an inch past your hair is completely wrapped within those hair extensions, and then I can twiddle and put whatever fucking products I want to put on my ends and play with my ends and do that on extension hair. But Team Natural has taught y'all to like do it with your real hair, and then when you get to your ends, then you put all of these extra products on your ends. No, that is why when all of y'all take y'all braids out and y'all extensions out, that is why y'all hair be looking crazy. That's why the ends are see-through, because when you put this protective style that doesn't have anything protecting it in your hair, when you do that and then you go to comb your hair out, you are breaking all of your ends out. All of that hair that's in your brush, when you comb out your protective style, that was the hair that was supposed to be in your head, my baby. Only a little bit of those was supposed to come out. These are things that I need y'all to think about. The majority of y'all that wear y'all hair in 2-strand twist all the time, by the end of the week, you got little knots on the end of your hair, and then you want to be like, I got single-strand knots. I know you do, because you're always wearing twists in your hair, and that is not a protective style. That's how you lock your hair. So again, if you want to wear twists, if you want to wear your hair in mini plaits, if you want to wear your hair in braids, you can do that, but actually make them a protective style by adding some braiding hair. Oh my goodness. Somebody asked me, what about like threading? If you want to, you can. I don't necessarily recommend it. I have a couple of clients, one that is she's not a dermatologist, she's a dentist, and she's from Africa, And she told me, she was like, some American women are irritating to her. She was like, because they act like the things that they just randomly learn about women in Africa is like how all of them do their hair. And she was like, girl, in Africa she was like, well, we get relaxers. What are you talking about? And she was like, yeah, we did threading. She was like, but our mothers used to thread our hair when we were little girls. She was like, the majority of us aren't walking around threading our hair. And like I just showed you guys in the video, in Africa, their twists, they're using braiding hair. And when y'all see the way that he braided, you just saw the way that he braided her hair, it was completely different. It was all tension based, and there was not products and butters and oils and greases and things of that nature dripping from the hair. So again, as a man, I'm just being real. I'm a cosmetologist. I deal women's hair all the time. You know what I'm saying? So that's just like going in to see a barber, like, how do I? They'll be like, I'm gonna do the best I can, sis, but this ain't really my thing. You can still do your 2-strand twist, but add a little bit of hair to it. You can still do your plaits, but add a little bit of hair to it. Do it at least an inch past your hair, so that way your ends are actually protected. Your hair ain't protected just because you want to call it a protective style, baby. Let's live in the real life. Let's live in the real world. And I think that's the irritating part about the whole thing, because don't nobody want to live in reality. And then when I come through and be like, hey, let's get back to real life, back to reality, everybody want to be mad at me. Like I said, twists are not protective styles. A wash and go ain't nothing close to a protective style. Those little plaits and stuff, it ain't nothing close to a protective style. If y'all, like I said, if y'all still want to do those styles again, you can do them, but modify them. Either go to a professional and ask them to do it like this, or perfect it on the mannequin, learn how to do it on the mannequin, and then do it on yourself. Again, I hope that this helped. And I don't even know if I answered the question. Men's, you could do your twist, your braids. Yeah, your twist and your braids. You can get locks, bro. That's the thing. You can get locks. I don't know, whatever else men's wear, because then the other stuff that I said you could do, you said you don't want to do that. So you don't want to do no, brother said no perm, I said, and I ain't gonna hold you up. It made me laugh. Like, I don't really want you walking around looking like Pinky either. It's 2024. They're gonna think you a pimp. They're gonna think you an old country pimp if you got a perm rod set. So I don't, and I mean, if you pimping, then okay, but I just don't think that's what you're going for. So I'm with you on that.
Rob me. Well, I'm gonna show you how we do it up here in Pinky's. Look.
You can still do all the man stuff, but make the protective styles protective, and that's for men and women. I love my twist. I don't give a shit. Love your twist, but it's not a protective style just because you want to call it one. Okay, so I really hope that answered the question that you asked. Make sure you take the link in the description box below, because I'm going to leave some suggestions for some of my favorite braiding hair and stuff. But yeah, that's all I really got. And if I think of anything else, edit this in or put it in there, because I didn't forget. Don't worry about that. But stop listening to the peanut butter jelly girls. Stop listening to the people that's trying to make you into egg salads and smoothies and stuff. That's not cute, bro. Like, it's not. I hope that nobody's mad. In closing, regardless of how anybody feels about it, twists are not fucking protective styles. Neither are just the braids that you're putting in your hair. We have to pay attention to words and the real life definitions. And the definition of a protective style is something that's protected. And if there's nothing wrapped around it, it's not protected. Say it with me. I hope that it makes sense. I love you guys so much. And until our next video, make sure you are actually protecting your hair if it's in a protective style. Stop just making up shit because it's annoying. Okay, and I'm over it, and I'm not mincing words because you got minced ends. So why should I have to mince words because you have minced ends? Stop stop mincing your ends, add some extra hair to the stuff, and then it's a protective style. And get your panties out your ass, because that's why you're always in